Yeah, all right. Welcome to the show. It's Dave and Johnny live. We are live with you. We are here. What's up, everybody? We're going to preview Wrestle Kingdom. Well, not preview, review Wrestle Kingdom. We've seen it. Well,
you saw it.
I've seen it.
I saw some highlights.
You saw bits and pieces. I saw the whole thing. 2-night show from New Japan Pro Wrestling. New Year's Dash as well. We're going to talk about some New Japan Pro Wrestling here on the show today. We'll also tell you a little bit about what's happening in Impact Pro Wrestling. We cover the WWE and AEW on our other show, Wrestling Uncensored, which you can watch on our channel here. You can subscribe to the channel. You can like this video, leave a comment, do all the things. Click the bell so you get notifications every time we're on. The other show that we do here on the Ringside Report Network weekly is called Wrestling Uncensored. It's a radio show. It's a podcast. It's a YouTube show. You can watch it. RingsideReport.net is our website. It's the online home of the Ringside Report Network. I'm here a lot with Johnny. We're here every Friday doing, this show, Dave and Johnny Live. And then Saturdays, we've got Wrestling Uncensored on the channel. And Thursday nights, you can always check out Ringside Report. Me and my buddies, Freddie and AJ, come around here and talk mixed martial arts and whatever else is on our minds.
So now you can explain, because if people didn't see Thursday, why you're wearing sunglasses.
Well, why don't you explain why you're wearing sunglasses? I explained on Thursday why I'm wearing sunglasses. Why don't you explain it?
Well, I'm doing it for sympathy for you.
Solidarity.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I got a busted eye. I got a sty in my eye, so my eye's a little messed up. So wearing shades until my eye heals, which they tell me is going to be in like 3 or 4 days. 3 or 4 more days, so hopefully I'll be better. It's getting better. It's not as bad as it was yesterday, so.
No, it is not.
Things are getting better, so I wore shades on the show last night, and Johnny saw that, and he decided to, I guess, support me. Or maybe mock me. I'm not sure which one it is.
It's more support. I think it just looks better, us both wearing sunglasses.
Yeah, I think it looks cool. I commented, it looks like we're like the Blues Brothers or something,
2000, yeah.
Yeah. And do you notice, John, I'm wearing different shades than I was wearing last night.
I didn't notice.
I've got a variety of shades. These are different ones than I was wearing yesterday. So if you watch the different shows, you can see my sunglasses collection. I have a few different pairs.
They look bigger than yesterday, that's for sure.
Yeah, well, these are all black. The ones I was wearing yesterday were like mirrored shades. They're
Nice.
Versace. These are, I forget what these are. Last night was a Versace, and these ones are Persol. P-E-R-S-O-L. Persols.
Probably
made in Italy.
Not as expensive as the other ones.
No, but they're not cheap either. They're bought, they're not cheap sunglasses you buy for like $20 or something,
Okay.
What are yours?
Mine's a Christmas gift, so I have no idea.
Well, you can see. What's the brand name on those babies? You got a brand name, or are they just like Jean Couture brand? Let me see.
Jim Halo.
Who's Jim Halo?
Right on the side right there.
Yeah, I know. I never heard of Jim Halo.
I never heard of it either.
All right. Well, Johnny's rocking the Jim Halos. I'm rocking these Persols. These are crystal. These are not glass. These are crystal lenses. You like that?
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, Johnny don't care. All right, we got pro wrestling to talk about. Tremendous wrestling show was Wrestle Kingdom. I loved it. I loved every minute of it. I'm a big fan of New Japan Pro Wrestling. Wrestle Kingdom is the event that brought me in as a fan. And every year, it's so awesome. It's the WrestleMania of New Japan Pro Wrestling. And it delivered in every way. Like, 2 thumbs up for Wrestle Kingdom. It was tremendous. So many great matches. We saw Tetsuya Naito at the end, crowned double champion. The double dash. He is the Intercontinental and now IWGP heavyweight champion. He won the Intercontinental title on the first night in a tremendous match with Jay White. And then had another awesome match on the second night in the main event of Wrestle Kingdom 2. Against Kazuchika Okada. He winds up beating the Rainmaker, taking the IWGP heavyweight title from him. This was Naito's event, and Naito is crowned as the top guy now in New Japan, which is good, because Okada's been that top guy for so long, and Naito is there, but he's kind of like the number 2, and this is a way to kind of give Okada a real threat and a real foe. You have Naito here who beat him on a big stage, and it'll be up to Okada to work his way back and find his way back to another match with Naito. And I think it's great. It's going to be some great stories down the road. The next Naito-Okada match will probably be in a few months, and it'll be big. It'll be a big match, and I like to see what Naito now is going to do. He's going to face Kenta in his next title defense, and that's going to take place in February, and we'll get to that card in just a little bit. A pretty cool card that New Japan's putting together, but I like to see Naito up there as a top guy in New Japan. Okada is already there. I thought they might have elevated Kota Ibushi to that spot, but Naito makes sense as well. I think they have a lot more invested in Naito. They have a longer story. This really is a long time coming for Naito winning the title. He's been unsuccessful against Okada at Wrestle Kingdom before, and now he comes back and beats him, and not only beats him, but becomes the first ever double champion in New Japan Pro Wrestling history. So that's big for Naito, and that's big for New Japan. I love it. I'm a huge fan of Tetsuya Naito. I love Los Ingobernables de Japón. I love his whole crew. I thought it was a great move. He's a great wrestler, and he deserves it. It's fantastic.
It's not the first time Naito's defeated Okada, though, before for the heavyweight championship.
Right.
He did it like in 2016. He just lost it like really quickly right back to him. So you wonder if he faces Okada again, maybe he's going to lose again.
That's going to be the question.
Also,
and it's a good story to tell. We'll find out.
Also, like, when is he going to get the title shot? It's probably going to be a while. I'm guessing maybe Dominion.
Excuse me. I don't know when Naito and Okada will face again. It could be Dominion, but that's all the way in June.
That's going to be a while then.
So that would be a while. I don't know. Like I said, Naito right now is going to be focused on Kenta. But going forward, you know that Naito and Okada is going to happen, and Naito probably isn't going to drop the belt until he faces Okada again and either beats him or loses to him again, which, makes sense.
Well, he's a double champion, though, so...
Yeah, so I don't know what's going to happen with that. He's going to defend against Kenta both championships.
Wow.
But at some point, I don't know if those titles are going to stay together. You would think he might defend one and drop it, like defend the Intercontinental title at some point, drop that title, and then go on with the heavyweight title. But I don't know. They put themselves in an interesting spot here, giving Naito 2 big championships. But I don't hate it. They were going in that direction, the double champion thing. And Naito he's great. Like we were saying on the preview last week, like Ibushi made sense, Jay White made sense, Okada made sense, and Naito made sense. They all had good reasons to be booked as the double champion at the end of the 2 nights of Wrestle Kingdom.
Yeah, I thought Ibushi would beat Naito, though. And Ibushi didn't even make it. He didn't win any matches, actually.
I was surprised by that. I thought Ibushi would beat Okada and at least get to the point of, okay, well, I main evented Wrestle Kingdom and I won the IWGP Heavyweight Championship beating Okada. Like, at least he could have had that and then gone to the next night and lost to Naito.
Right.
You have your title win, but it's a very short title run. They didn't even give him that. Nothing. He won the G1 and then proposed this whole double main event type of deal for the championships, and then winds up losing in the first round. And then the next night, he loses again to Jay White in the kind of runner-up match.
So isn't Jay White going to get the next shot then?
I thought that was a deal that seemed like the logical move, but Kenta has somehow put himself in there. Maybe Jay White gets a shot, but doesn't get the next shot. Like he earns himself a title shot, but it's kind of down the road. It might be Jay White at Dominion. Like we might have to push this thing with Okada. He might not wrestle Naito again until next year's Wrestle Kingdom.
Wow, that's crazy.
It's possible.
Well, the G1's been pushed back to October, right? So
yeah.
A lot of things could happen now.
A lot of things could happen between now and then. But as far as Ibushi goes, I was surprised they didn't give him really anything.
Well, I guess it's like Naito in the past where it's like, well, you came up short.
Yeah.
Live with it.
Yeah, well, maybe he's going to have to kind of climb back up. When he does win, it'll be that much bigger and that much sweeter for the Ibushi fans.
Well, didn't he re-sign recently with New Japan? So
yeah, that's it. Like, he kind of dedicated himself to New Japan, and it felt like this was going to be his crowning moment. He won the G1. He's alone now. Kenny Omega's not around. He kind of took Kenny's spot in a way in the main event scene. It would have made sense to put him on top, but they didn't do it.
well, he's going to be around, so you don't have to do it right away.
Yeah, they can push it till next year or the year after. That was an interesting move by New Japan. Chris Jericho beating Hiroshi Tanahashi was also an interesting move. That match was awesome. Jericho put a title shot for the AEW title on the line. He said if Tanahashi beat him, then he would have got a title shot, but no title shot because Tanahashi did not win. He tapped out to the walls of Jericho.
Jericho actually came out with the AEW championship. That was pretty impressive. Like, I wasn't expecting that whatsoever. So at least Jericho was trying to get this over, that there's something going on with AEW New Japan. I don't know if it's much of anything more than just what we saw, but at least they're trying something.
I thought it was cool that Jericho came out with his AEW title. I thought it was cool that Ryu Lee came out with his Ring of Honor television title. I think it's cool that in New Japan, you know, there are the Rev Pro, British Commonwealth, or British Championship, British Heavyweight title. You're the British Commonwealth champion, right?
I was.
You were, but you will be again very soon. I have no doubt. But there's the British Heavyweight Championship in New Japan. I like that they have belts from different promotions in their promotion, and it's just like, yeah, these guys are champions elsewhere, and we recognize them as great wrestlers. Jericho comes in as the AEW Heavyweight Champion and wins. I think is great for AEW and the Heavyweight Championship because it really protects that belt. It protects Jericho as a world champion. He beat Hiroshi Tanahashi. Le Champion went over to New Japan and beat Hiroshi Tanahashi in the Tokyo Dome, just, you know, on the weekend in between two episodes of Dynamite. Like, that's pretty cool. That's pretty badass.
Well, Jericho didn't wrestle on those episodes of Dynamite, so...
He appeared.
He did appear. And I guess he got hit in the head with a bottle as well, so he got physical-ish.
That's why he's my pro wrestler of the decade, Chris Jericho. He's the man. Unbelievable. And what a great match he had with Tanahashi. Tremendous.
It was a great back-and-forth match. The fact that he won with the walls of Jericho was very surprising, but
very surprising.
Great surprise.
And, you know, neither of us thought he would win.
No, I didn't think he was going to win.
And again, he does it to us again. He's so good at this. Just when you think Jericho's going to lose, when everybody thinks, oh, well, this means, you know, he put the AEW title shot on the line. You know, Tanahashi's got nothing on the line here, so Jericho's for sure going to lose, and they're going to do a rematch. Like, it makes perfect sense. Why else would he make this stipulation? He made this stipulation to trick you and to trick all of us, because whenever you think, oh, for sure Jericho's losing, he wins. Especially in big matches. It happens all the time. It happened a few years ago when he wrestled AJ Styles. It was AJ Styles' first WrestleMania match. He was wrestling Chris Jericho, who was putting a lot of people over at the time. And what happened? Jericho beat AJ Styles at WrestleMania. And we're all like, what? And he's done it many other times where you think Jericho's going to lose and pretty much everybody predicts him to lose. And then he wins. It's this weird Jericho thing that he does. He's very, very good at convincing you he's not going to win when he is.
Well, I think it was
he's the best.
It was the Fandango match that kind of hurt it. Because when he lost the Fandango, it's like, wow, Jericho's just here to put over people now. Because where's Fandango?
He's in NXT.
I think he's injured too. Or
again?
Someone's injured because I don't see them wrestling right now.
I saw them a couple weeks ago, didn't I?
Yeah, a couple weeks ago.
Against the Colognes.
Yeah, but they're not.
Oh, no, not the Colognes. The
Forgotten Sons, I think.
No. The other guys. The Singh brothers.
Okay.
The other brothers.
But they're not.
Colognes aren't brothers, but, you know, they're cousins.
I don't think either of those teams are in the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Tournament, so.
Yeah, it's weird.
Well, I think someone's hurt or something.
That's too bad. I like those guys. Jericho, tremendous match with Hiroshi Tanahashi. The great matches that Okada had, you can't forget about that. Okada had some tremendous matches. His match with Naito, his match with Ibushi. They were so good. Jon Moxley had a really good run there over the 2 days. An awesome match, beating Lance Archer to take back the IWGP United States Championship in a Texas death match. That match was violent, chairs, kendo sticks, garbage can lids, tables, a big table spot at the end where Moxley hit his DDT off the apron, threw a couple tables there on Lance Archer. Great finish, great match. The violence that Jon Moxley continues to show in New Japan impresses me. Jon Moxley is so much better than Dean Ambrose. It's like night and day. It's a completely different character. The unleashed version of this guy is a very entertaining pro wrestler in 2020. And his match with Lance Archer, and then his last match at Wrestle Kingdom there with Juice Robinson, where he retained the U.S. title. Again, I figured, well, he's an AEW guy. He'll probably drop the U.S. title to Juice. But no, he beats Juice, and then the best thing that could have happened. Minoru Suzuki comes out. Amazing entrance. Kaze ni Nare, just as he steps through the ropes, the whole crowd is into it. 30,000 plus in the Tokyo Dome, yelling Kaze ni Nare at Jon Moxley, intimidating Moxley. Minoru Suzuki, one of the toughest, most dangerous, scary guys in all of professional wrestling, hits his Gotch-style piledriver on Jon Moxley. You know I was into that. I love Suzuki. Suzuki-gun, Ichiban.
But you didn't see what happened at New Year's Dash.
Right. Moxley attacked Suzuki. That's okay. It happens. Suzuki will get his revenge. Although, I don't know. Are they going to give Suzuki the U.S. title, or is Moxley going to retain? I was surprised to see Moxley leave the weekend as the IWGP United States champion. I did not think that an AEW wrestler like Moxley, who's appearing weekly, who's doing their pay-per-views, would also work as a champion in New Japan. But he will be wrestling here against Minoru Suzuki coming up in February. This thing, new beginning in Osaka, February 9th in Osaka-jo Hall. I can show you the card here while we're at it. It's from NJPW 1972, great source for New Japan news. There you have Naito and Kenta as the main event for the IWGP the Intercontinental and Heavyweight titles.
The next match for the U.S.
The next match for the U.S. title there, you've got Suzuki taking on Jon Moxley. That match is going to be amazing. And then you have, talk about crazy, Hiromu, who we haven't talked about. He took the IWGP Junior Heavyweight title from Will Ospreay in a classic match on night one. And then he teamed up with his opponent here for New Beginning, Ryu Lee, the former Dragon Lee, teamed up against Jushin Thunder Liger in a tag team match in Liger's final match ever, which happened last weekend, which was fantastic and emotional and just a beautiful moment. And now Hiromu is going to be taking on the man who put him out of action, who broke his neck, Ryu Lee.
Wow.
For the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Championship. Hiromu called him out as his first title defense now as the new champion, which is crazy. Their last match was nuts. I mean, Hiromu got tossed on his neck and he skidded across the ring on his head. He had to go to the hospital right after, and he didn't wrestle for like a good year and a half until he made his return like a month and a half ago to New Japan.
I imagine this is going to be another hard-hitting Japan match for sure.
I mean, his match with Will Ospreay didn't seem like he toned down his style whatsoever, so that's going to be awesome. This New Beginning in Osaka is going to be great. Naito and Kenta, Moxley and Suzuki, like that's huge. That's massive.
Right.
That's crazy. I can't wait for that. And then Hiromu and Ryu Lee, like, my goodness. Ridiculous triple main event for the New Beginning in Osaka. Then you got Jay White taking on Sonata. That'll be a solid wrestling match. This is a great tag team match. Taichi and Zack Sabre Jr. against Will Ospreay and Kazuchika Okada. That's money.
It's amazing. It's so far down the card.
Right?
Yeah, crazy.
And then you have an 8-man tag. The new IWGP Tag Team Champions, Juice Robinson and David Finlay, teaming up with the very handsome Hiroshi Tanahashi, the Ace, and then Kota Ibushi, taking on Bullet Club members Tama Tonga, Tonga Loa, Yujiro Takahashi, and, of course, Chase Owens. So that'll be an 8-man tag. And then you have another tag team match. It'll be Yoshinobu Kanemaru and El Desperado teaming up to take on Roppongi 3K. And then you have a bunch of guys here, another 8-man tag. It'll be Yuji Nagata, Satoshi Kojima, Hiroyoshi Tenzan, and Manabu Nakanishi taking on Ryusuke Taguchi, Toa Hanare, Tomoki Hanma, and Togi Makabe with the Donkey Kong Punch. So that's going to be all taking place February the 9th at the next big card for New Japan in Osaka Joe Hall. So New Japan did a great job at Wrestle Kingdom putting on a top flight A1 wrestling card, 2 great wrestling cards, even 3 at New Year's Dash as well. And now they put on a great card on paper here, February the 9th for the new beginning, and they set themselves up for a very prosperous 2020. So I like what New Japan did this weekend. I think they did a great job. All the matches were great. Really no low points at all.
How long was it?
First night was about 4. Second night was about 3.5 hours.
Oh, okay. Wow. Not as long as I thought.
Not so bad.
Well, it's usually about an 8-hour show, so span over 2 nights. It's better, I think.
Much better. So, thumbs up from me for Wrestle Kingdom. Tremendous matches. And now, like, Suzuki against Jon Moxley? Are you kidding me? This is the guy I've wanted to see Moxley face. He really wants to go violent. He really wants to go rough and tough. He wants to go hard-hitting. Minoru Suzuki is your man. He's your Huckleberry, Jon Moxley.
Well, I think for Moxley, I think his goal is to eventually face Okada.
You think?
Oh, yeah. Because he's the best. He wants to face the best.
Well, Moxley hasn't really faced the top guys. He faced Naito in the G1.
Right.
He was in the same block as Naito. Other than that, he didn't really face, like, Okada and Ibushi were in the other block. So was Tanahashi. Moxley hasn't faced those guys, the kind of top-level guys. I think he wrestled Jay White.
It's very possible, yeah, in the G1,
In the G1. I'm pretty sure he wrestled Jay White. So he wrestled White and Naito, but, you know, Okada, Tanahashi, Ibushi, those are guys that if you go into New Japan Pro Wrestling, they're probably on your list of guys you'd like to go in there with. But Minoru Suzuki, too, I would think you'd want to wrestle. Just a great wrestler, a great talent. So much fun to watch. I'm a huge fan of his. How can you not be? Chris Jericho's had a really good run in New Japan wrestling the top guys, right? He wrestled Okada. He wrestled Kenny when he was there. He wrestled Tanahashi here on the last Wrestle Kingdom. He's wrestled Naito. He's really hit them all. He hasn't wrestled Ibushi. He hasn't wrestled Jay White. He wrestled Evil one time, which was kind of cool. Cool for Evil that he got to do that. You know, Evil's like engaged to Io Shirai. I found that out recently. I was like, whoa, that's a badass wrestling couple right there. Io Shirai from NXT and the great Evil from New Japan.
That's good.
I didn't know they were together. That's cool.
I imagine it might be hard, though, in their relationship.
Yeah, well,
she's in the States.
Yeah, long distance. But just so much talent over there in New Japan. You would think you'd want to wrestle so many of these guys. Like Moxley had a great match with Satoshi Ishii, or Ishii on the Tomohiro Ishii. I always say Satoshi. He's a judo guy. He was an MMA fighter. Tomohiro Ishii is the New Japan guy. And man, him and Moxley had a tremendous match in the G1. You remember that thing where they were hitting each other really hard and everybody got really excited about that? Moxley's wrestled some cool guys in New Japan. The Lance Archer match was really good, but him and Suzuki is the one I'm most looking forward to. It's the most anticipated one. When he decided to go to New Japan, I said, oh yeah, you want to go hard? Go for Suzuki.
Well, Moxley kind of worked his way up, or he is working his way up. Where Jericho, he's kind of started at the top. So I don't know if we're going to see Jericho for a while. I won't be surprised if I don't see him until like maybe next Wrestle Kingdom.
Yeah, it's possible. I don't know when Jericho shows up next in New Japan. He's really hit all the boxes, like I mentioned, right?
Right.
He's wrestled Okada, Tanahashi, and Naito. When you go to New Japan, those are the guys you want to wrestle, and he's done it all at this point. He beat Tanahashi at Wrestle Kingdom, but I can't imagine New Japan would let him beat Tanahashi at the Tokyo Dome and not come back for some return match and put somebody over, put Tanahashi over or somebody else after that.
Oh, no, he's going to come back, but it's going to be a while because I'm sure they're busy enough with everything else they have.
And he's probably still not going to lose outside of AEW while he's the AEW champion.
Kind of hurts it a bit. So, yeah, he's kind of busy.
Yeah, I think that is what we learned over Wrestle Kingdom, that Jericho, as AEW champion, if he goes to wrestle for New Japan, he's not losing. As long as he's the champion, I think AEW is going to make sure that their champion's protected and doesn't lose to somebody else in another promotion, because it would devalue the title.
Jericho also has a new music album coming out this year, so.
Oh, yeah? Fozzie's going back on tour.
More than likely, but either way, promotion, just that, he's going to be less available, I think, for New Japan. Probably less available for AEW, maybe.
Well, I want to talk about Jon Moxley and what he did to Jericho and the Inner Circle on Dynamite, but we're going to talk about that on Wrestling Uncensored because AEW has a big pay-per-view on the 29th of February, Revolution, and I think it's going to be Moxley-Jericho for the title, and I think that Moxley's going to win.
Well, we've said this already. That I've said this. So, yeah, of course. But we have Bash at the Beach coming up. It's our preview show for Bash at the Beach for Wrestling Uncensored.
Yeah. Dustin Rhodes and DDP are going to be teaming up. Bash at the Beach next week. Is it 1995?
It's 2020, Bash at the Beach. Yeah. It's crazy, but it's fun. Man, Bash at the Beach, there's so much history. This is where Hogan turned heel and joined the NWO.
I mostly love that Cody managed to get that trademark away from WWE. Like, WWE just kind of let it expire, and Cody figured it out, bought it, and now they're using it.
Well, now they bought all the other ones, though, in WWE, so.
Well, they got wise to what Cody was doing.
Right. But, I mean, I think Cody just wanted something like that.
Because that was a WCW property, right? Bash at the Beach. So you would have thought that when the WWE bought WCW that they would own all those things, and they did. They owned a lot of the trademarks, but something like Bash at the Beach that they never used, well, they just kind of let it go and didn't renew it. I guess you have to renew things like this, so they didn't renew them, and Cody found out, and he paid some money to own the rights to Bash at the Beach and a couple other things. I think there was like a list of things Cody had bought the trademarks to. Some things that his father, Dusty Rhodes, had actually kind of conceived. He came up with these ideas, and Cody saw that WWE wasn't using them anymore, so he decided to buy them.
Not
of course,
War Games.
NXT right now, not War Games, they still use that.
Right.
NXT right now, doing a Dusty Rhodes Classic Tag Team Tournament opposite the Rhodes family-run AEW on Wednesday nights in the United States.
Well, this is a tradition, though, for NXT. They do this every year, so this was bound to happen.
Yeah, but it's a little weird at this point.
Well, it's just too bad. I find the Dusty Rhodes Classic, it's not usually that good. This is actually the low point of NXT, I find.
Yeah, it's not good. I don't like the Dusty Rhodes Classic, and I find it odd that they're doing a tag team tournament called the Dusty Rhodes Classic on NXT still when Dustin and Cody are wrestling on the other show.
That's fine, though. It's good respect for Dusty that he's respected throughout both shows, in a sense. DDP was talking like Dusty a bit.
Yeah.
Just shows you Dusty was such a huge influence in wrestling.
Yeah, it's like you're watching wrestling, and you definitely are not forgetting about the name of Dusty Rhodes. No matter what show you're watching, you're thinking about Dusty.
Without question, which is a good thing.
Yeah, Dusty was one of the greatest minds the wrestling business had ever seen. And if you don't believe me, well, you could have asked the American Dream himself, Dusty Rhodes, who was once quoted as saying, "I'm a super genius, baby," which I love. super genius. Like, not just a genius, I'm a super genius, baby. I'm the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes. Not a humble man, but just a common man, right?
He was also the Booker man, too.
Yeah, the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes came up with some brilliant concepts in pro wrestling. Came up with some terrible concepts in pro wrestling as well. But hey, I mean, anybody who blessed us with the line, he's got a bicycle, that's all right by me. Did you notice Excalibur said something about hit him with the bicycle?
Yeah.
That was a Dusty Botchamania kind of reference, right? You caught that. He's got a bicycle. If you watch Botchamania, you know what I'm talking about.
They always use lines like that. I think Joey Janela a couple weeks ago on Dark used a bunch of Cornette lines.
Oh, yeah. Well, he said something about, that guy's so tough that he could walk through Canada on a moose's back with a can of maple syrup and walk out alive, kind of like Jim Cornette said some things, except Jim Cornette's version was racist. Joey Janela's version was mocking, and it was funny. Jim Cornette is not a friend of mine.
I like Cornette. I know
you're pro Cornette. I'm anti Cornette. Cornette, I don't like anybody who tries to tell pro wrestlers how to pro wrestle. You want to do it, you get in the ring there, Cornette, and you tell them how to do it. I'm not here to tell any pro wrestler how to wrestle. I'm just here to change the channel if I don't like it.
One of the best table for threes that I've seen, Cornette, Bischoff, and Michael Hayes. Michael Hayes is mainly there just to be the referee so Cornette and Bischoff don't kill each other. It is fantastic. Watch it.
Yeah, I liked it. It was good. I watched it.
You watched it. Good.
Of course I watched it. Look, I'm a fan of Jim Cornette because he's a great historian of the wrestling business and he knows a ton about professional wrestling. But he's narrow-minded in his view of the wrestling business, and at this point in time, he's sounding like an old guy who's out of touch, and he's saying, these kids don't know what they're doing. Back in my day, it was way better. And I don't like that. I don't think you need that. You don't need any old guy ever saying, this is all right, but back in my day, it was better. Yeah, well, too bad. It's not your day anymore. Things are different. Things change. Deal with it.
Well, he will voice his opinion. Some people will listen. Some people will not. Just the way it is.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that.
But he does it in like a very aggressive manner where he's
an aggressive person.
Yeah, but he insults people and he says things are just stupid. I mean, he's just...
People insult him back. It happens. It goes both ways.
He insults the wrestlers, A lot of wrestlers don't like Jim Cornette. Ask your buddy Kevin Owens if he likes Jim Cornette.
We've had to talk about that already.
Yeah, and? What did he say?
Yeah, he didn't say anything nice about him.
No, didn't say a single nice word about him.
It's unfortunate.
What did he say?
Just that he doesn't like him, mainly.
That's it?
I think that's the gist of it. Gist of it. Maybe hate was used, perhaps. Perhaps.
The word is gist.
I think the gist, too.
But that's not it. No, that's not what you meant. It's gist.
Fine.
J-I-S-T. It's not the gist of it. Sorry, John. I just had to go there. I had to get you on that. Because you were giving me no info on Kevin Owens, so I had to just kind of...
I mean, he just doesn't like him. That's it.
Yeah. Well, not a lot of people... Well, a lot of people in wrestling do like him, but a lot of people in wrestling, don't like him. And Santino doesn't like him. He slapped Santino, so...
Well, he kind of had a good reason for it.
No, he didn't. He was fired from WWE for doing it, wasn't he?
Yeah, well, they wanted to get rid of him, so
yeah.
I'm not surprised.
Is it G-I-S-T, gist? I'm getting a message now. It's G-I-S-T. Yeah, it is G-I-S-T. I thought it was J-I-S-T. See, John, we're both wrong, all right? Neither of us are that smart on this show. We know pro wrestling, but we don't know words, I guess. I mean, I knew that the word was gist, but I didn't know the spelling was G. Thank you, Ringside Report administrators. See, people think I'm the Ringside Report administrator. I'm not. There's a higher power above me, Johnny North.
Greater power, yeah. I'm well aware. I've seen the greater power.
I was trying to explain that to AJ last night. I was like, AJ, listen.
He got mad about the greater power, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, AJ doesn't understand. I'm like, listen, AJ, I'm just middle management on this whole thing, okay? I get my orders from up here, okay? I take my orders from up here. There's two people at the top. They tell me what to do, and I'm just delivering messages. AJ's doing things that I don't agree with. He's trying to push things on the show or online or whatever. So I have to rectify things with AJ once in a while, and I'm like, listen, AJ, this is not coming from me. This is coming from the higher power. So if you're not going to listen to me, it's going to be, whatever. But, it's not me saying these things. I'm not the boss around here. I'm just kind of.
Well, you kind of are in a sense.
Well,
that's like Vince saying he's not the boss when he was the commentator. Like that's BS.
Well, I am and I'm not. Well, I'm like I don't know.
Come on, you're the chairman in a sense.
I'm the head coach.
More than that. Come on.
I'm the owner of the team.
Right.
But I choose to just be the coach and let somebody else be the president and general manager.
So you're Tony Khan, okay.
Yeah, I'm Tony Khan. I'm the Tony Khan of the Ringside Report Network.
Yeah, that makes sense, sure.
That's right. Are we done?
Pretty much. There's no movie review because I'm house sitting.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. Thanks a lot, John. You promote a movie review. We were all ready here.
Well, I'll be back next week. Don't worry. We got a movie next week.
We're all ready for a movie review. No movie review. Look, we just ran a graphic and everything.
Well, I'm sorry. I have a friend who went to Thailand, so I have to house sit now for his cat, so sorry. That happens. I wasn't expecting it. It kind of came out of nowhere. And it happened to be on the day I was going to go see the movie review, too. Or see the 1917.
So you were supposed to review the movie 1917. You promoted on the show last week. We have a promotion here under the video. It says, 1917 movie review, because that's what, was told to the higher ups, the technical,
the greater
powers,
yeah.
Right? And now you change your tune because you didn't go see a movie because your friend had to take an emergency trip to Thailand.
Not emergency. He just decided he's going to Thailand. I didn't realize it was going to be like, a couple days ago. But yeah, it happened.
Why is he going to Thailand? Is he a Muay Thai fighter?
He just likes to go there. It's get away from the winter. He hates the winter here.
So he goes to Thailand to escape the winter? You don't go to Florida? It's a little far to just escape the winter.
Apparently,
it's got to be something a little bit more than that he likes about Thailand.
It's more fun, I guess, than going to Florida.
What's more fun about it?
I don't know. I haven't been.
I'm always suspicious of people that go to Thailand for non-Muay Thai purposes.
Unbelievable. People
well,
go.
You know what goes on in Thailand.
People like to explore the world. People like to just do that.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure. But I'm always suspicious. He's a single man going by himself to Thailand?
Yeah.
That's suspicious, bro.
Wow.
I'm sorry.
Anyways,
suspect. Any single man that goes to Thailand who's not a Muay Thai fighter, because I know single men, like my cousin, he went and lived in Thailand for a while, but he's a kickboxer.
Okay.
He went to Thailand to train with the Muay Thai fighters because that's like the mecca of kickboxing, right? You want to be a great kickboxer, you go train Muay Thai over there. Any single man that goes to train Muay Thai in Thailand, I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. But if you're not a Muay Thai fighter and you're a single guy going to Thailand, I'm suspicious. You know what goes on in Thailand, right, John?
People have fun out there. That's what he told me.
No, that's not what I'm talking about. Fun. It's not fun. Do I have to spell it out for you? I really don't want to say the word.
Well, you can say it. It's all
pedophilia.
Okay, that happens everywhere, unfortunately. It's
no,
sad.
But like Thailand, it's like reputed.
Okay,
it's known for like, weird sex tours and shit. It's gross.
I think
I'm just saying things like that happen in Thailand. You hear about that. So when I hear about single men going to Thailand, I'm like, you going there for greasy purposes, man? What do you do when you're in Thailand? Because, I think that's wrong, man. I think that's uncool.
You got me wondering now. Maybe there's some good chicken fingers there, perhaps.
Why would you think chicken fingers?
You said greasy stuff going on down there. Like...
Oh, God, John, you're ridiculous. You know what I mean by greasy. You know what I mean by greasy. Let's end the show before I get myself into trouble.
Well, I will say that I will be watching Doolittle this week, so I will have a movie review next week on the show to make up for this.
All right, the comments are getting out of control. AJ's there.
AJ's there? Awesome.
Yeah,
hey,
no,
AJ.
The comments
What's up?
The comments are bad. You guys need to take it easy. It's like I took it to a weird place. I'm sorry, but, I don't know.
Oh, people don't like you now, huh?
No. It's fine. No, they're agreeing with me. They know what I'm talking about. People know what I'm talking about. Like, it's just, I don't know.
Oh, you don't want that kind of...
You go to Thailand with your family, you want to go see some elephants, you want to have a nice vacation. Yeah, that's one thing. You go to Thailand and you're by yourself, a man by yourself going to Thailand, it raises some eyebrows. I'm not saying your friend is going to do some weird stuff. I'm just saying that I'm a very suspicious and cynical person, and I'm like, I always think the worst of people, and I think, I don't know, Thailand, it's creepy. I would never go to Thailand on my own. I'd get nauseous just on the flight there. I don't travel well.
I remember you...
Also, I have no reason to go to Thailand. Like, what am I going to go all the way there for? What am I going to do?
Didn't you get sick going to Toronto, like on a train?
Of course, man. I've been sick everywhere. I get sick going everywhere.
So, yeah, like a 13-hour flight, I could only imagine that would be horrendous for you. Like,
I'm very sensitive, okay? I like luxury. Thailand doesn't seem like a very luxurious place, you know?
I imagine it might be kind of cheap, so you don't spend too much.
My base level is comfort, and my top level is opulence. I don't go to discomfort. That doesn't happen in my life. I stay comfortable. Any kind of discomfort, it's like not happening, all right? I stay at comfortable... and I reach opulence, you know, as often as I can.
I think it's cool. Some people like to change it up a bit.
I'm not trying to live in no place where they don't have toilets or anything, you know?
I think they have toilets there. I'm not...
Do they, though? Everywhere? Is it, like, easily accessible, the indoor plumbing? You know, a lot of places in Asia you hear it's like they don't have no indoor plumbing. It's like, yo, I don't want to do that. That's no bueno for me.
I'll ask him when he comes back if the plumbing was good.
You know where I like to travel? Like New York City. If I want to go somewhere, I go to like New York City. I'm not having to worry about indoor plumbing or anything there. It's all good. Great sneakers, great restaurants. Fantastic. That's a nice little...
Traffic is horrendous.
That's a nice little travel destination for me. Nice little trip. That's what I'm doing.
Also
go out and explore the beautiful country of Quebec. There's so, you know... I'm not saying Quebec is a country. I'm saying the countryside of Quebec, you know.
Digging that hole.
Yeah, exactly. People are going to be like, what did you say? Did you say the country of Quebec? What are you, some sort of, take it easy, take it easy, take it easy.
I think AJ's going crazy right now.
But yeah, going to Trois-Rivières or something, you know.
Man, you guys in Trois-Rivières, like, what's up with that? Like,
I don't know. I just saw AJ comment about it. So yeah, I like that. I like going out to Tremblant or, you know, Saint Marguerite, where my buddy Paul lives. Or his country places, went up there. Fantastic. Beautiful. Nova Scotia, you know? Explore Canada. That's my type of vacation. I'm not going to Thailand for any kind of creepy, you know?
You never been out west?
No.
Okay. Well.
That'd be nice, though. I'd like to go out west.
Yeah, I'm sure
I'd like to go to BC.
Calgary Stampede, I'm sure is nice, no?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not so into that type of stuff.
Country life, I get it.
Well, I don't know, like bullfighting or whatever they do. It's not bullfight, bull riding, horse shows.
Not your cup of tea. That's cool.
Let's go to Miami for Bash at the Beach on Wednesday.
Aren't you going to Jersey? Aren't you saying?
Nah, I'm not going.
Okay.
I don't want to go to New Jersey in the wintertime. That's not a fun trip. It's not a fun vacation. Now, Miami to see AEW. That's a fun vacation. John, let's go to Miami on Monday. Let's go to Miami, spend a couple days in Miami, see Paul's parents, and then go to AEW on Wednesday and then fly back. Huh? Miami. What do you say?
I say no.
Little vacation, little Florida vacation. That's what I'm talking about.
Well,
forget Thailand, brother. Let's go to Miami and go to Bash at the Beach. I want to see DDP.
I'm very stationary for like next 4 weeks because again I'm house sitting, so I'm not going anywhere.
What's this guy doing for 4 weeks in Thailand?
He's gonna have fun. Gonna enjoy himself.
Did he tell you what he's up to?
He just told me he had a blast last time, and he's looking forward to it again this year.
Had a blast, and you didn't ask a follow-up question? Oh, yeah? What'd you do? What's so cool about that? Maybe I'd like to go. Nothing?
He told me the food was really good.
Uh-huh.
He said the people there were really nice.
Okay.
Unlike here.
Yeah, I'm sure it's a nice place. I'm not saying if you go to Thailand, you're a creepo. I'm just saying. Well, it happens.
Right, and it can
unfortunately.
It can also be a good time.
You hear that that's a place where it happens.
Right. It's too bad, but it can happen here too, unfortunately. This isn't paradise either.
I suppose so. It's
a horrible place here.
God. All right, this show is taking a turn for the worse. It's time to end it.
Oh, we're not going to get really sad? You know, I watched Over the Edge this week. Man, was that ever sad.
Huh?
Over the Edge 99, the pay-per-view.
Where Owen dies?
Yeah, man.
Why are you watching that?
Because I just saw some videos pop up about people talking about Owen Hart, and like, man, it was so sad because like they cut it from the WWE Network. You can't watch a lot of that pay-per-view. Like the promo, like right when Owen fell afterwards, they cut to Jeff Jarrett and Deborah. You can't see that promo anymore.
Oh yeah.
And I can understand why, because you see that promo, it's terrible. You see Deborah like crying, and like
Yeah.
Jeff Jarrett's like in and out between doing kayfabe and saying like, Owen, we're here for you, but he's also like holding back tears.
Yeah.
Man, it is like the saddest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, I remember that, and I don't want to watch that again. That was terrible.
Well, again,
Awful.
I think
the only part of the Owen Hart tragedy that I would watch again is the Chris Benoit Bret Hart match. But even then, after Benoit and everything, that match they did when they were back in the same arena for WCW to honor Owen, that match was incredible. Amazing match.
Kansas City Kemper Arena.
You remember that match? That was so good.
Yeah, it was fantastic. I think that was the best Bret Hart Chris Benoit match. They had a couple of matches, but that was, I think, their best one. But JR also did a podcast talking about that, and he's like, I never want to talk about this ever again. Like, he said he didn't even watch that. Like, it was tough to just relive that. Like, what he was going through in his mind. Like, and when he talks about that, it's crazy. And then we saw Bret later. I mean, not just Survivor Series, but then that. That's hard, man. That's crazy.
Yeah. It's terrible. It's one of the worst things, if not the worst thing that's ever happened in pro wrestling.
Yeah, I think it's the worst.
All right. Let's end the show, John. This is just sad. Now you're just bumming me out. You got more stuff to bum me out with? You want to talk about how the world is dark and scary and whatever?
No, that's as dark as it's going to get right now.
Yeah, we're good? We're done?
No more darkness.
All right.
Till next week.
Well, we love you all. Hopefully you weren't too offended by this show and everything's cool. And I'm sure Johnny North's friend is an upstanding citizen. He's not doing anything weird in Thailand, and we love Thailand. It's a great country. It's the home of Muay Thai. I encourage you all to go there. I'm not ever going to go there because I don't like to travel, and I got no reason to go. If I'm going to travel to Asia, I'm going to Japan. I want to go to Japan. Maybe next year for Wrestle Kingdom.
Okay. Well, I think AJ accepted your apology now, so I think you're okay.
AJ's not apologizing for anything.
No, accepting your apology.
I'm not AJ. I don't have to apologize to AJ. What are you talking about? AJ, we love you. Thank you, everybody, for checking in. Franco, Antoinette, we see you all. Thanks for watching the show. I see you, JP, Botello. I see you all. Thank you for checking in on the chat. Thank you, everybody, for watching. This has been Dave and Johnny Live. We'll be back tomorrow morning for, what's that show called?
It's Wrestling Uncensored.
Yeah. And you can subscribe to this channel, and you can like the video, leave a comment, and click the bell when you subscribe so you get a notification the next time that we are on. Don't forget, we will be on for the Royal Rumble. We'll be doing a watch-along for the Rumble. Very excited about that on the 26th of January. Johnny North will be here. I'll be here. And I think AJ DeLesio will be here as well. Dr. DeLesio in the house for the Royal Rumble. And I know he's going to be in the house next Saturday night on the 18th. We're just 7 days away now from the return of Conor McGregor. Next Saturday, UFC 246, we'll be doing a watch-along for the whole pay-per-view, 10 p.m. Eastern. Conor versus Cowboy. I'll be here. AJ will be here. And we'll be doing the show live, watch-along during the pay-per-view. It's going to be a lot of fun.
I think AJ will enjoy the Rumble because they finish pretty much at 10:30 now. Unlike with UFC, you're going to be here until like 2 o'clock in the morning.
It'll be 1.
1, okay. How long was the last time? 2?
2, but this one, the last one had 3 title fights, and I think 2 of them went to 5 rounds or something, so.
Okay. Yeah, but
that's why it took so long. This one has 0 title fights.
But they can still go 5 rounds. Like, the main event has to go 5, no? Or it can't go 5?
Well, the main event is scheduled for 5, but I think Conor probably finishes him in 1 or 2.
You hope.
I assume. If it goes 5, it means Cerrone's going to win. That's what I think. I agree with GSP's assessment on that fight. Makes a lot of sense. It's true. You know, it's kind of an like, I didn't need GSP to tell me that. It's like, yeah, well, if Cerrone out-wrestles Conor, for sure he's going to take him into deep waters, but Conor could make a quick night of it if Cerrone decides to stand up, right? I think Cerrone's going to try and stand up. Cerrone likes to stand and bang. He's that type of guy. He's a fighter. He's a warrior, but might not be the right game plan in this one. Maybe Greg Jackson got his ear and told him so. We'll see.
Well, it's all about the money, isn't it, in the end? He's going to make a lot of money, so people want to see an entertaining fight.
You'll make more money if you beat him and then he wants a rematch.
Okay, there's that way to do it.
Losing the fight, I mean, there's no money in losing the fight. I mean, you're going to get paid either way, but winning the fight, that's where the money is. You want to win.
Yeah, but people will respect
Winning
you.
is everything, man. It's a real sport. It's not like pro wrestling.
I think people will respect you if you put on an entertaining fight and you go in there and give people what they want to see.
People already respect Cowboy Cerrone, man. People already have tons of respect for Donald Cerrone. The guy he's a beast, man. He's one of the most active fighters in the history of the UFC. He's fought so many times. He's had wars. He's beat some really tough guys. You can't have anything but respect for Donald Cerrone. But doesn't mean you're making money. It's about the money. You beat Conor McGregor, you make money. Ask Nate Diaz. Nate Diaz is a great fighter. Never been world champion. But he's at another level of superstar because he beat Conor McGregor.
That's right. Well,
and
got
he's a hell of a
fights.
talker. He's a hell of a talker, and he's a great personality, too. Diaz was a star before he fought Conor. Now he's a superstar. Cerrone, he's there. He's a good talker, but he's not Nate Diaz, But if he beats Conor, I mean, his paychecks are going to get bigger. Look at George Masvidal. The guy's become a superstar, You beat the right guys. You beat Ben Askren. You beat Nate Diaz. All of a sudden, you're a big name, and you can command respect and money from everybody.
Well, that was the main event, though, of pay-per-view. There was a lot of hype behind that, so I think that's the main reason why. I think beating Ben Askren, that was nice, but that didn't really push him to superstardom. It just gave him the opportunity to potentially become a star. That main event fight, when you had The Rock and you had all that hype, and you bring in a title just for the sake of bringing in a title, that's what made him a star, because there was just a lot of hoopla.
The Askren thing was big.
It helped him, but
you got to get the right wins, man. It's all about getting the right wins. All right, more on that coming up. We're going to preview the Conor fight at length Thursday night, 8 p.m. We talked about Conor and his ugly-ass T-shirt on the last show. Go watch Ringside Report right now on the YouTube channel because you can't watch this show anymore. It's over, Brother Nero. We love you. We'll talk to you again later. Bye-bye.